Now, back to Sunrise on News Radio 880 KCMX.
Shout, shout, I'm talking to you, so come on. Shout!
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to the Sunrise Show. 17 minutes after the hour, about 43 degrees outside our Medford studios. And I want to welcome onto the program Carolyn Hill. She's the CEO for Southern Oregon Visitors Association. Get to their website, southernoregon.org. And Carolyn, it's great to have you on the program.
Well, good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
It's always a delight to be here.
That's right. And congratulations on your anniversary month.
Oh,
right?
thank you. Yes. 12 years this month that I've been with Travel Southern Oregon.
Wow,
Pretty
great.
exciting.
And the website, it is southernoregon.org, but big news, of course, and you have it every year, but not always in Medford, and it cycles around, and so everyone from the state related to tourism is coming to Medford on Monday. Of course, Sunday night is the meet and greet.
Absolutely. It's our 19th annual Tourism Marketing Symposium, in fact. And we're really excited this year because there's such a spotlight on Oregon, and especially Southern Oregon, due to the movie Wild, starring Reese Witherspoon, which was released recently.
Right.
And so that's the theme we're building the symposium around this year. The spotlight is on us. So
why not use it?
Absolutely. So how do we, as tourism suppliers and businesses locally, how do we benefit from that rising tide of interest in the destination, the state, that's really sparked by the movie and the book? And so our speakers are going to talk about how we can use words in that, how we can use images and video, and how also we can take a look at some new and emerging markets, like China, for example.
Oh, yeah, and the businesses, I'm telling you, this is an absolute shout-out. I mean, the businesses need to be connected because tourism, I mean, with overnight stays, gasoline, restaurants, and then things to do, all of that's going to be happening, and the amount of money that's coming into the state on tourism, and speaking of money, this symposium, there's a great deal. It was for members at $99 and for non-members $139. But today we've got a major smoking deal. So
we do.
Tell our listeners what they've got.
We do. What we would love to do, because this is our favorite radio show, anybody who calls up and wants to register for the symposium and talks about having heard us on the show today can register at the member rate, which is $40 off.
So if they mention KCMX.
Absolutely. Or you personally, for that matter.
There you go. Okay. All right. Craig told you to go. That's right. So the meet and greet is Sunday night.
Sunday night's the meet and greet. That's at the Bohemian in Medford.
And now, is that included for the whole? It's separate price.
It's a separate price. You know, we are not a tax-funded organization. You know, we're a private nonprofit. So what we charge basically covers our food and beverage cost. So there is a cost for the Sunday night meet and greet, but it's going to be super fun.
Yeah, it's a great networking event, And then the Monday event all day at the Commons, and that's where you save the $40. Actually, the $40 that you save on Monday could pay for the Sunday night event.
Sure, come to Sunday night. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
We're talking with Carolyn Hill. She's the CEO of Southern Oregon, and of course the Southern Oregon Visitors Association, SOVA. And, of course, the website, southernoregon.org. And the link for the Southern Oregon Spotlight, you just got to slide all the way down to the bottom. We also posted it on our Facebook page, and we offered to do a shout-out as well to members. I want to let you know if you're listening live, you've got to hit me up on Facebook and tell me what your shout-out would be, and we'll give you a shout-out right here on the program. So, Carolyn, here's the thing. Tourism, how much money does it mean to our businesses?
Well, it's pretty significant. You might be surprised to know that there are almost 100,000 people in Oregon who work in the tourism and hospitality industry.
100,000 people
almost
in
100,000 in Oregon. Here in Southern Oregon, there are more than 10,000 that work in the tourism and hospitality industry. Now, if you sort of add in all of the auxiliary effects of the tourism businesses, and the travelers that come through, you know, restaurants, gas stations, businesses of all kinds.
Bed and breakfast, all that.
B&Bs, everything. We are pretty bullish on Southern Oregon right now. You know, the exposure because of the movie Wild. we think is going to have a huge impact on visitor interest in the destination. There are some things that we already know, for example, that Crater Lake National Park set an all-time attendance record last year.
Wow.
And, which is thrilling.
Well, the Pacific Crest Trail...
It goes right through it.
You're right, and I haven't seen the movie Wild. I was aware of it when they were filming and the extras and things like that. I haven't seen the movie. I'm a little bit familiar with the book and things, but does it focus on... I mean, it shows Ashland.
It does.
Does it?
I would say the movie contains, a half a dozen really transformative moments in the author's life, as expressed by the actress, Reese Witherspoon. And so I would say that those moments really occur at our most iconic destinations, or some of them, which would be the city of Ashland, which is a hugely featured, also Crater Lake, where, the sky opens up and the shot opens up and she's camping on the edge and there's that blue water, Wizard Island. And the way that moves people is so universal. People dream of coming to that destination. That's why it set an attendance record last year.
Around the world.
Around the world.
Foreign travelers, they love this Crater Lake, and they love to come see this,
The national park system in general in the United States is something that's really avidly pursued by the international tourists.
And so they're looking for an access point, and Medford, Ashland, Southern Oregon is it. I mean, only 75 miles away. Yeah. We've got Carolyn Hill in the studio this morning talking about the travel, the Symposium coming up Monday, and a great deal. Save $40. You mentioned KCMX, even mentioned me, and I told you to go. And there's going to be speakers all day in at the Commons, all day long. We're going to talk about that when we come back. Starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, goes till 4. Todd Davidson will be speaking. He's the executive director of the Oregon Tourism Commission, and great to have him there, along with a whole list. And I would think that anyone that is affected by tourism, those 10,000 people in Southern Oregon, you could probably fill a room, huh, Carolyn?
Absolutely.
All right. We have a quick little break, and then we'll come back. More on the Sunrise Show, and we'll take your calls as well. And hit us up on Facebook if you want a shout-out from anyone that's traveling. We're streaming online, so let's hear from you there. You've got a second chance. And a second chance to make that great deal Monday in at the Commons for the Southern Oregon Symposium. Back after this.
Back to Sunrise on News Radio 880 KCMX.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. 35 minutes after the hour, continuing with Carolyn Hill. She's the CEO of the Southern Oregon Visitors Association, SOVA as it's been known, and southernoregon.org is the website. A lot. And I'll tell you what, from that website, you can get to their Facebook page. They have over 40,000 likes on their Facebook page, Travel Oregon, and it's just fantastic. And Carolyn, we were talking about the Symposium, the Southern Oregon Spotlight coming up on Monday, and a deal for any of the listeners that want to go, any of the 10,000 people involved with tourism in Southern Oregon. If they want to go to we've still got tickets available. It's at the Commons. It's from 8 to 4 on Monday. It's normally $139 for non-members, and the member price is $99. And you're giving a little on-air special.
We are, because we love your listeners. We love your show. We love working with you. And so we would just really be pleased to see lots of people come on Monday. We have so many interesting things we're going to be talking about. Anyone who's a fan of the movie Wild is probably going to want to come.
But $99.
$99,
They're going to get the member price, so they can save themselves $40.
And that includes lunch, by the way.
There's lunch included. Very good. So there's register online, and just like I said, get to southernoregon.org, and then the Travel Southern Oregon Marketing Symposium Spotlight 2015. The link is down at the bottom, but it shows the whole event schedule. You can check that out, and then there's a link to register online and
or even email our office. If you have any questions, just email office@southernoregon.org.
Okay.
We'll help you out.
Office at. There you go.
Office at.
Yeah. Okay, we'll post that on our Facebook page.
Great.
Todd Davidson is going to be speaking, but so much going on. How is SOVA funded? Because I know there's
Sure.
a 1% lodging tax that goes.
Yes, there's a variety of funding sources that sort of come together to make Travel Southern Oregon this regional destination marketing group. First of all, I'll let your listeners know we have a board of directors that is in charge of all of what we do. And in 2003, the state passed a lodging tax, 1% on every hotel stay in the state. That gets collected by Travel Oregon, which is the state tourism office. They take a portion of that was collected regionally, and they give it back to the regional destination group to keep marketing, keep creating new products. So we receive about $145,000 a year from that source.
Okay.
We have members. So we've got about 200 members in our association. It's just $350 a year. And we offer a wide range of benefits and opportunities related to that. We also run 2 other organizations, and some of your listeners know, of course, we run the Southern Oregon Winery Association,
Right.
which is a very happy marriage. Tourism and wine
It's
tasting
great.
is
Yeah, exactly.
really a booming industry here. We also run the Crater Lake National Park Trust, which, as you're driving around, you see those beautiful license plates with Crater Lake. That money gets held in trust to fund science education
So
programs.
that's a percentage of the plate out of DMV and
Yes.
Oregon. Okay, so of those printed, there's a
Yes.
percentage there that comes out.
There is. It gets held in a special fund to take care of science education at the national park. But we run those other organizations, and we've just got a broad range of interesting initiatives going on. You know that we're a 7-county organization, so the South Coast all the way to Lake County and Roseburg to the border.
Are you seeing growth? I mean, I wanted to comment about the $9.6 billion industry.
Mm-hmm.
Has that gone up under Todd's direction?
Considerably. When I first started in the industry with Travel Southern Oregon 12 years ago, the state's tourism budget was about $2.5 million, and it came chiefly from lottery funds. And then when the lodging tax passed, it changed everything. So
Right,
the
'cause
state...
we were running out of money. I mean, as far
yeah.
as the tourism, it was kind
Sure.
of away.
And it was very difficult to market Oregon in a competitive fashion. We were 49th out of 50 states.
Oh, I know.
And what we spend on tourism marketing. So the budget for next year for Travel Oregon, the Oregon Tourism Commission, will be close to $17 million.
Wow.
So that shows you the change over time. And a great deal of that resource has been aggressively and creatively reinvested in regional destinations like ours. One of the greatest campaigns that Oregon's ever done is the 7 Wonders of Oregon.
I posted that, one of the videos
Yeah.
on our Facebook page. Yeah.
And it's an amazing campaign, which of course features Crater Lake National Park as the
I love
number
it.
1 wonder.
I love it. You know, Carolyn, I wanted to ask you about Mount Ashland. How
Yes.
big of a hit are we going to take with that and the snowpack and the
Yeah.
fact that it didn't open last year and
Yeah.
then it didn't open this year either?
I'll tell you, it's something that keeps us all awake at night. I'm grateful that they've had something of a season up there. And Jamie Schleckman, who is the new
Right.
marketing and program coordinator, director there, has done a fantastic job of trying to create
What a struggle.
recreation opportunities that are, not
Bavarian Night is coming up?
Sure.
Yeah.
They've got transportation now from Ashland, a ski hopper bus that you can take. But there's no doubt about it that winter recreation has been pretty seriously impacted. And it isn't just Mount Ashland, it's also all those areas up in Union Creek and Prospect, Fort Klamath, those places that winter recreation is what tended to bring people.
How much? What do we have? Even going to have a tally on the losses? Because this is.
Yeah.
I mean, the tourism dollars are on the freeway.
Yes.
And we've talked about this, just raking it off into Southern Oregon, into the
Yeah.
communities.
It's hard to estimate. It would be interesting to see if the state would do some winter recreation studies. Despite the fact that the snowpack's been better in Bend, it still isn't great there either.
Yeah,
And
Mount Bachelor. Right?
And Mount Bachelor's, season hasn't been terrific, I don't think. So perhaps the state will take a look at those impacts. And at Crater Lake, where, it's one of the snowiest places on Earth, we've been measuring snowpack there for 100 years, the snowpack's pretty low.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we could still get some, but I
We
just saw a
might.
picture with the rain over this last weekend. It's just like, wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. Well, Carolyn, thank you so much for coming in this
You
morning.
bet.
The symposium is going to be fantastic, and it's a chock full day of exciting things. happening in at the Commons, starting on, well, the meet and greet on Sunday night.
Sunday night meet and greet at Bohemian Club.
Yep, and then all day in at the Commons on Monday.
All day in at the Commons. And let me just tantalize your viewers with the, or your listeners with the promise that there's going to be a drone demonstration.
Very good.
And there's also going to be a seminar on the 8 steps to connecting with the world's biggest tourism market.
Very cool. And let's see, last chance we had on our Facebook page for shout-outs, because I made our Facebook listeners. Let's see if I can...
See if we find somebody.
Where did it go? Yeah, on the shout-out for last chance on the shout-outs, and they didn't jump in. We had Sherm like that, so that's good.
Hi,
Shout
Sherm.
out to Sherm for all that kind of stuff. And the tourism dollars, I encourage everyone to check that out and get their share, right?
Definitely. Destination spending just in Jackson County is $360 million.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Just in Jackson County in 2013. So I'm sure the 2014 numbers are going to be even more impactful.
News you could use for sure on that. 300, how much?
$365 million was destination spending in Jackson County alone. So, and bear in mind, these are visitors. They come into our area, they enjoy what we have, and then they go home. It's a fantastic export business, and it just keeps growing.
Wow. Good deal. Carolyn Hill, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Carolyn, for coming in. We'll be right back on the Sunrise Show. More coming up. Stay tuned.